feel like when you ban Azir Rise on red, you just need to ban Ori as well. So just triple mid ban then. And you play into whatever. I wonder if they should first pick Wukong then. Like, it's just Orianna ban here, right? Or you give Orianna, take Wukong Galio. I like this as well. Maybe open and bait and get the Wukong for it. And ban Jarvan. Thoughts? Ban Jarvan, no? You ban Jarvan, you get Wukong Galio versus Orianna. It's playable, no? Ban Wukong. I don't like that though, because now you just give Orianna and you don't trade for anything. At least if you left Wukong open, you would trade for something. Now it's just Orianna for free, no? Makes no sense.
And he did pretty well with that yesterday. So,
I mean, they're gonna take Jarvan 1-2, but it will be better to have Wukong 1-2, no? Ban Jarvan, pick Wukong, better than ban Wukong, pick Jarvan, I think. Is Rumble Jarvan. But I think Wukong would be better. It would be better to ban Jarvan, pick Wukong, because Wukong is just a better champion than Jarvan. So they took the worst jungler in theory here. They could have gotten a better jungler in theory here. I would say it's Xin Zhao and whatever top you want, or Kai'Sa. Those are your options. For example, Ambessa Xin Zhao here goes pretty hard, I think. Ambessa Xin Zhao, no? Or Vi is banned. It's just Xin Ambessa, I think. I don't like Nico here. It's Xin Ambessa, I think. Nico Xin then, or Ambessa and drop jungle? Maybe drop jungle and pick Ambessa here. Otherwise, Caitlyn. And there's definitely a difference in teams. Some teams do not care about Caitlyn. Some teams do not even play it. Some teams don't care about Nico. Some teams don't even play it. And then there are teams that have like Nico, Caitlyn as #1 champ on each role, on respective role, as the strongest AD and strongest support on the patch. Bard. I like Bard. It's a hard lane though, but it has value into Kate and Orianna later. But it's a hard lane. It's a hard lane. I guess this is just depending on the team, right? Like some teams, Caitlyn Nico here doesn't look right. For example, I wouldn't do this as a European team probably. But I guess if you're an Eastern team, Korean team, you can get away with it because you're better at the champions. Just depends on the team we're watching, right? I don't know if I would be happy with this for a Western team, but for an Eastern team, I guess it's fine. Maybe more happy with the right side comp for a Western team. Meanwhile, the left side comp is more for an Eastern team, I would say. Harder to pull off. I think Ambessa Sin are bans for Wales, and for KT I would say Galio, and I would say Galio and Jin, maybe? Galio Jin, something like that. They banned Annie, but I think Annie's worse champ than Galio myself. I would say ban Ambessa here if you're Wales, and for KT, what did I say? Jin and Galio, right? There comes the Jin ban. So easy, in my opinion, for Wales. It's like Galio Ashe, no? You play Galio Ashe or Galio Varus here, 4-5. It's free, no? Galio mid here. Galio mid plus Ashe or Varus. I don't like Ezreal that much. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. I don't love it. I feel like Ashe and Varus would do the lane much better, and you're like decent with the composition you're running. Meanwhile, Ezreal is more so not really good, not really bad, you know? Kind of invisible champion here. I think Ashe and Varus would help the game much better. Ornn into Rumble instead of Ambessa. I would prefer Ambessa, but I guess you need a tank top, maybe with a range support, maybe no choice. I think Trundle is fine. Sin is the #1 pick, Vi is maybe the #2 pick, but both of them are banned, and Wukong of course, but that's also banned, so maybe Trundle #3 pick you can get. I think Ornn is more so specific to the composition, because here they need a tank top more so than like the strongest top they can get, which is Ambessa, so they go for the tank. Galio is definitely the correct pick here. I would have preferred Ashe or Varus instead of Ezreal, and I would have preferred I'm Bessa Sin Sao 2-3 instead of Caitlyn Nico, but that's about it. I'm gonna run ads now for non-subs. See you in a bit. For subs, stick around. You do not have ads. Enjoy the game, everybody. Enjoy the game.
And so maybe with the Team Secret Whales playstyle, which is fight all the time, when they continue fighting towards the mid-game, that's going to feel a whole lot better.
Yeah, I still think you're going to struggle here as Team Secret Whales, like in the early stages before we hit that mid-game. Caitlyn, Nico, good push. You've got the Ornn who's going to be completely fine. And Trundle can do a ton of work into triple melee that he's going to be able to steal a ton of stats off of when you get into towards these skirmishes. So I think it's going to be relatively difficult to stop Caitlyn from doing Caitlyn things in the early game. Then when you get to those mid to late game fights, I don't really see anyone who kills Ornn. Yeah. And he can still deal a lot of damage.
You don't get ads if you're subbed.
And then we get to late game fights where you just have
only non-subs get ads.
And she has ornaments and things like that, so just thousands of stats being doled out towards KT. One thing I do like for KT.
All right. Let's see it.
Right, getting into that late game, you feel a whole lot better when you've got all of the ornaments, all of that extra money's worth of stats, and it's going to be helping them out. But I mean, it's do or die in the early game here for Team Secret Whales. We knew that. That's just how these teams are going to function as we head towards the Rift for the second game of the day. Who is going to be 2-0 here in Swiss? It's going to be one of either.
When Kadriel says he's running ads, he sends us a big kiss. What do we get from you? Oh, you get ads from me. The choice is ads during game or not during game. That's what you can get from me.
Group stages have been okay for them in the past. Looking at you 2018. Then the quarters wasn't so great, Hector, if you remember.
Yeah, that is healthy.
I had that one burnt into my brain.
Yeah, I think you brought up like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
I saved the kisses for a special occasion.
Yeah. Is it getting frustrating now? Should I stop?
No. It helps to take a trip to memory lane every so often.
Yeah, it really. I sort of use casting at Worlds for my therapy sessions.
Okay.
So
and how's that going?
It's going really, really well. I just feel like having you here helps me feel better. And thankfully, all of you at home as well are also there, whether you like it or not. But let's focus on the game, shall we? As so far, no funny lane swaps. And Perfect going to be feeling very happy, of course. Perfect
Maybe I can
KT roster.
maybe I can do like a kiss at the end of the stream. I can see that, but for every ad break, does that really make it special anymore? End of stream, maybe. Maybe.
The secondary choice into
but for every ad break, I don't know.
Gwen and the Aurora throughout the year. And the Galio, of course, that has also been one of those choices. But this is going to be a very tough lane.
Yeah, Bard is not good in this lane. Bard is more so good later when he can ult Caitlyn Orianna for free. But the actual lane is kind of shit. So I see the Bard, but the better enemy team is, the harder it is, you know. And these Eastern teams look pretty good on their Caitlyn lanes. So let's see how behind we get. This is not an easy lane. This is not easy. Low-key, we need our Jarvan to cheese them. Low-key, we need our Jarvan to come flash EQ them. But they already warded bot try, so you gotta go through river or EQ around somehow. We're just doing camps, it's not possible.
At the moment, it is going to be KT just doing what they want.
3 lanes losing. Aye.
Happening. Both of the junglers moving down towards that bottom side because mainly just to keep his eye on what the Jarvan is going to be doing, making sure that there aren't going to be any punishments because that lane is going to be shoved under that turret forever. And so always going to be somewhat gankable, you could imagine, as Dire looking for a little bit of a taunt here on the BDD. The clockwork is, however, winding up. And BDD not looking too worried about
Imagine they had Wukong instead of Jarvan this draft. It would look so much better, no? If they had Wukong instead of Jarvan, this would look so much better. But because they have Jarvan, I just don't see it. I think they should have banned Jarvan and picked Wukong. I don't think they should ban Wukong, pick Jarvan, because Wukong is a better champion. And also makes Galio then, like, suffering of Galio is fine, because Wukong will carry later. So you just suffer as Galio, and you support your Wukong later, and the Wukong carries. But now what are you suffering for? It's not like your Jarvan is going to carry. It's not like your Ezreal is going to carry. Rumble? Question mark? Don't see it. I don't like it. Is this possible? Not possible.
Was not the dive they were looking for.
No, not able to make it work at all. Perfect, but a great flash there to move away from the knockoff.
Yeah, I think Ashe would have been better. I think Varus would have been better. Nesril, Jhin would have been the best, but that was banned. But I definitely feel like there's a lack of a carry here, you know? If that a Wukong jungle, I see it. Wukong carries this game with Galio ult, Rumble ult, Bard ult. But who carries this game? With Jarvan jungle. Jarvan Galio, neither carry. Rumble, not sure. Ezreal, definitely not. Who carries this game? I think Wukong over Jarvan would have made it so much better. We are Wukong enthusiasts in this stream.
And continuing to farm things out.
As of now. Maybe I changed my mind as the tournament goes. Maybe someone shows me something to prove me otherwise. But as of right now, Wukong enthusiast.
No really big hiccups.
I guess in theory, an AP champion is good against Wukong since he gets armor from his passive, and no one has really tried to punish it that way.
Because we've already said, you know, if you get to the late
but as of right now, it's just free, you know? You pick Wukong, they pick an AD champion into you anyway. You outscale that guy, you can carry the game. You can have a composition around you that makes you really empowered with a Galio and an engaged support. Like, until someone punishes a Wukong, I guess I just see it as the #1 there. Can carry, doesn't really have a bad matchup.
And I would imagine he wants to pick up an early Zanya Zeragas because you've got so much dive and he's going to be...
When Diana was buffed, I don't know if it was this patch or the patch before, we tried that a few times and a few teams tried that against us as well, where they played Diana into Wukong. I wonder if that's gonna happen here. Is that a thing? Not really a thing, I guess. But something like that might have to happen for me to change my mind.
Does make his way in. Interruption on the back here by Perfect, who only level 5 actually, so not going to be fighting too hard up against the Rumble. He's looking to get some items together. Hasn't actually been back at all. Of course, Perfect has just been building stuff in his warehouse that he brings with him. And Cuz going to be able to find his over. Ward goes down. Knockup comes on
Trundle
in.
wins that, no? Doesn't Trundle just smash this? I guess Galio has ult and they're TPing. Never mind. Bard Spellbook. Hello. Hello. It's me, Bardinho. My tower is falling, but it's fine. I'm roaming. It's fine, everybody. It's fine. What can go wrong? What can go wrong? I'm roaming.
You have Dire with level 6, but you can see Eddie just has to completely back away. That's giving KT so much, like 400 gold already in this bottom side in the difference.
And that's going to be another plate. That'll be 500 in an instant. In fact, it's already there. Closer to 6, as we can see here. So the Caitlyn,
I think the team you screamed that tried Sire was onto something. Yeah, something like that I see, you know. AP champion into Wukong, I can see making the Wukong weaker. But so far this tournament is Wukong pick and Jarvan answer, or Sin answer, and then the Wukong is just OP, no? Much more OP than Jarvan. Nice play anyway here. Jarvan Galio combo. Nice, nice. Let's see it, Wales. They're keeping up so far, no? Low-key. Low-key keeping up. Maybe not bot lane, but otherwise.
And Cuz didn't have level 6, so wasn't actually able to press that subjugate.
I have pretty high hopes for LCP this tournament, actually. Now that I have seen one day of Worlds, I think I made a mistake in my big games. I have higher hopes for LCP than any other Western team. I don't know if I phrased that correctly, but basically what I mean is, when I made my pick M's, I thought perhaps our best NA team and best EU team would be better than LCP teams. But after looking at yesterday, I have a feeling an LCP team, or even two, could make it in. So I kind of regret my pick M's now. I think I definitely should have put at least one LCP team making it through. I think it was crazy of me not to put an LCP team making it through. I'm not sure if Wales is the one, but it could be... could be CFO, could be PSG. I think I just made a mistake by not putting any of them. And putting two Western teams. I think I should have gone for one Western team, one LCP team. That would have made more sense. Two Western teams was not correct, for sure. I gotta have that fate, I guess. Every year, same fate, huh? When will we learn? Maybe next year.
That one is going to get started up by Hero. Eddie moving on over as well to offer some DPS. Control ward not actually going to be cleared as Eddie finally does get to it, but it looks like Cuz not going to be interested in taking that one down. Just more
no flash and rumble. Trap. Getting trapped here. We're dead. Right. Do we have mana for Caitlyn on this? We have ult, but that's it. No, it's not enough. Now Nico is dead. Wow. The Caitlyn didn't have mana to play it.
Too much, and now Doctom in such an awkward position, but does have a minion wave coming on over.
That was so overforced, but I guess if Caitlyn has mana, that's fine.
Killing these red dots.
Tacky a Hero in that situation. Doctom trying to see if he can finish it off the kill with Peter, but go too far. And you don't even get the plates off the back of that. So
if you have mana on Caitlyn there, you can flash forward, Q ult, but you only had Q or ult. You only had to, you only had enough mana for one. So he had to choose, and in this case he chose ult, but if he had Q mana, he could just flash, auto, Q, ult, guaranteed kill. And then Nico wouldn't have to commit so much more after the ult E. I think there was more so a mana issue on Caitlyn and had to be called off because of that. What did he use? He used W, Q, and ult, right? He didn't even use E, right, the Caitlyn? I'd love to see it again, but I guess they won't show replay. I'm pretty sure that was just a mana issue on Caitlyn's side. Normally that play should work, but he didn't have enough mana to play it.
Be able to just continue to push through this Caitlyn, get her some of these early towers, early structures, and try and snowball her into a position where she just becomes outrageously strong.
Yeah.
Which Caitlyn skin is this? It's DRX, right?
Used to be a whole lot more prevalent.
I don't think I've ever used that skin, actually.
Now, Collector, I think, has really added a better bridge for the Caitlyn to continue doing a fair bit of damage in the mid game, but it still does exist. And so we'll see whether they can find some capitalization, because of course 2 items.
Nice warding by Bard.
That's where Ezreal lives. He loves that, right? So that is going to be their moment. Once the Trinity Force comes in and that Mirror Mana, try and really find some angles in this game. As perfect, we can see a little puppy there.
Nico found all of them, sadly, but anyway, nice warding. Has flash.
Perfect. Having to run away. I mean,
won't even have to use it, I think.
And yeah, they're just not going to be able to get him as he.
They got a ult there, no? To take the flash at least.
Didn't even have to burn flash, so he's going to be happy with that one.
I feel like Jarvan should ult there to take the flash at least. I guess he can break it with E. I guess if Jarvan ult and Orange just ease it, he just walks out, or then he's ult for nothing. Or would he have to flash there if they use ult? TP behind. We have Rumble ult here, this could be good. Jarvan is not around though yet. But this could be good. Nico no flash. Nico is dead, 100%. Let's see if they can get more, if it's only one kill. It's only one kill, I think. How much do they lose for it, though?
They lose the feats of warfare over to Team Secret Wales, still yet to find a kill in this game.
I mean, nice job by Team Secret Wales to find the pick.
It's one kill for mid plate, top plate. Not worth it. Not worth it. Not worth it. 2 plates top, 1 plate mid, and waves. It's not worth it. Only kill support, and we didn't get any summoners. It was not worth it.
Okay, you're focusing on the gold, the macro play. I'm looking at 3-0 at the top of my screen.
Yeah, what about the other number that says 19.8 bigger than 19.6?
You just have to be a bit selective.
Ah, okay.
This has been my career. Be
you
very
just put your hand over
selective.
the top of the screen. Okay, yeah. Well, actually, not the top, just the sides
Just have
of the top.
a very narrow view.
Okay,
of what's going on up there. I can see the timer, and I can see the 0-3. That's all that, and I can see the dragons because that helps my narrative.
Okay,
yeah. Just pick and choose, and it is a-okay. But also, this is exactly what they need to be doing, right? Like this is.
I don't like AD carry into Orianna mid because Orianna just 1v2s this lane, and whoever is on side is gonna struggle. I think it's not really possible like this. Need to keep Ezreal on side and Galio mid because Orianna is just gonna 1v2 Ezreal Bard in mid while Galio cannot play the game. It's kind of Orianna specific, I think. Like some mid laners just 1v2 the lane, and Orianna is one of them. Like right now, Ezreal normally would have Prio, but the Orianna is literally zoning him from CS while Galio is struggling. But this setup is not good.
And then we repeat it, right? But unfortunately, with the timers that are coming up, like 50 seconds.
She's a lone hero, but not for long.
Oh dear, not going to get taunted up, but has to deal with Taki. Throws down the barrier, and as it turns out, Doctom is just fine. Peter going to move in. Tempered Fate.
Still no play, by the way. Still no play.
And the pop blossom to answer the flash forward from Peter. True shot barrage. Going to connect onto Doctom,
there's
but
no
they've
play here.
destroyed Taki already. And all dire
Got double flash, I guess.
Clone with that taunt.
But that was very, very overforced.
Roam timing from Peter, managing to get into
After the
position
first
and turn
W
that
miss
play
from
around.
Galio,
Team Secret
they should
Wales
just back off for
desperately
sure.
wanted that kill, but just couldn't make it work.
Not going to happen this time around. Is now perfect. Finding the ulti into Hero here.
Not enough damage, no?
Knock up the Brittle getting procced over and over again. And this is why
Wasn't
we
enough
see the
damage.
Ornn picked into this Rumble. Just gets to a point where it's so difficult to do any damage.
The Hollow Radiance, that early magic resist, helping him massively in the play. There's the equalizer, though. It's perfect, able to waddle out of it.
Yep. We'll just clear out the wave, and I think that
Drake has been started up, I think, on the minimap. Pay attention to the minimap here. Top lane is not important. Cameraman, cameraman.
Here in this bottom side river.
Why are we looking at top lane
Dragon
still?
already at half
Just
health.
go full screen Dragon, no?
Look at the picture
Yeah.
in picture as Taki searching for some of these cosmic bindings. BDD moves in, and now it could be the time for Cuz. It is going to be the Dragon
Flash ult
taking
Caitlyn
on
without flash. Caitlyn's idea, by the way. That was a really nice play. What? That was so nice. What? Nice play, Jarvan.
Team Secret Wales, they're the ones making the moves. KT
Perfectly
just kinda
played.
caught napping.
Perfect target selection from his though.
Flash
Knew
ult,
that there was
EQ
no
the
flash
E
or
on
duck tap,
Caitlyn,
was just
Galio
using
ult on
that
top
bot lane
to
scope
guarantee the play.
means he can
Really nice
easily
play.
get that Cataclysm and set up for the follow-up
This
from
team is
Dire.
legit, no?
Beautiful stuff from Team Secret Wales.
Really nicely played. Flash does have to respect the shockwave. So Taki not going to have that one up and available. Now the Rift Herald will get spawned. We
The
have
same
a
yesterday.
couple
They
of
make some
those
really nice
leaks,
plays.
though. And if this Rift Herald goes over to Team Secret Wales,
Their vision of the game is nice,
lockdown feats
I
of
think.
strength already in this game. As we're getting relatively close to some of these Team Secret Wales turrets going down. Caitlyn certainly pretty good.
I'm kind of becoming a Wales fan, I think.
That is so annoying. He is finally going to get that one cashed in, so a bunch of
Nice
extra
team.
money does come on through for the Caitlyn.
Still though, managing to get the first item completed. Most of them are coming through on KT. Just the reset there for Team Secret Wales to actually finish off Hero's first item on the Leandri's Anguish. And I think that's what Team Secret Wales were waiting for this Rift Herald play. And I wouldn't be surprised if they just try and hard force as soon as the ultimates come back up and see if they can make a play on KT once more.
Yep. It was fantastic watching Peter just pick up a pedal. It wasn't me, but some of my colleagues have coined him as the pedal peddler. Peter has been pretty good at picking those up. And in fact, KT have a monopoly on the pedals right now, as we can see. 3 to nothing.
A pack of purple petals?
Yeah.
Okay.
The,
Pick,
pickle
back, back,
pedals
back, 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 back.
something.
I don't know what they're saying, but all I'm hearing is back, 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 back.
And,
What are they saying?
we'll have to ask Peter about it when
Back,
he
back,
gets
back,
into
back,
it
back,
next
back, back.
time. As Taki moving himself up, and they do have a fair few members of Team Secret Wales moving on over towards this Rift Herald. Docdom will just collect this wave. This hero is going to be delivering it to the turret.
Yeah, I think KT again, realizing that if Doctam doesn't have that flash up, he is significantly more vulnerable in these plays. So they're going to try and wait for that to come back up, which is why I think for Team Secret Wales, once this Galio ult, as you can see,
This is often a very good play.
That's going to be their go button to try and start up the Rift Herald. They've moved about 2 people into position.
Camping in lane at this point of the game. In the mid game, usually lane ganks are quite successful because everyone's warding everywhere, right? Pings everywhere. But it's rare, if you look at the minimap, it's rare that there's a ward in lane ever at this point of the game. So it's usually nice in the mid game, like post laning phase, pre just perma grouping for objectives to lane gank. Rumble is dead now? No, he's alive. Nice Bard ult. But we're insta trapped on this TP, no? The Galio just gets trapped and dies insta. That didn't feel very coordinated. The Rumble was getting cooked by Orianna. Galio didn't TP yet, and they were just fighting. Coordination didn't seem right there. Gotta connect the Rumble and Galio somehow in that play before we go. Also, it's hard to TP like that versus Caitlyn specifically, because Caitlyn puts the trap, right? Kind of same reason why Sonya is not a good item versus Caitlyn, because it's just so easy to put the trap. This is a no flash Trundle, no? This guy's dead. Hey, he's dead. Yep, nice kill. Nice play. They lost a lot on this play, by the way. They lost mid tower and top tower, no? And Herald. Mid, top, and Herald, no? All at the same time.
really starting to win this matchup into
flash
Heroes.
rumble.
Peter just saying, perfect, just wait for me, man. I'm losing out on my 1v1.
alive.
How's yours going? His is going
Nico
pretty
should
well.
flash for
Heroes
that.
going to get shoved underneath this outer turret,
If Nico
and they're
E-flash
gonna
there,
play
he
in
dies
another one
100%. And
with
they also
help
know he has no
of
flash.
was
Has to
Heroes,
flash.
Heroes
He has to
there,
flash there with
because
Nico,
the fact that
for
you got
sure.
that slow was the
He
only
shouldn't risk
reason
max range
that Peter
either.
could
He
get
should
the
just flash to
range
guarantee
to
it.
finish off the,
100%
tangle
BDD
bars a little
called
bit
that he has no flash and rumble, so Peter just has to
Again,
flash
like, it's
there
kind of
to guarantee the
a
play.
silver lining for Team Secret Wales. You got top tower
Nice
and mid
mates.
tower that were taken in the last play. Now with that rumble being pushed back, bottom tower has been taken. Maybe they can get the top lane turret for Team Secret Wales, which will help out a little bit. We're going to
Alright, let's see it. So Rumble is getting cooked by Ori, and they're fighting 3v3 River before the Galio TPs. Like, Jarvan is already dead before the Galio TPs, so there's no Jarvan Galio combo. We get trapped instantly on the TP, so the fight is just lost from this point. No chance. Lack of coordination there. If Rumble can't connect, they can't fight. And if they really want to fight, the Rumble needs to connect better, safe way, and the Galio needs to TP better. Further away from Caitlyn, or earlier in general.
And Team Secret Wales not going to be able to fight for this dragon, and that will spell feats of strength.
That's no
going
good.
over to KT.
Kind of needed the Drake fight here. I think we are getting outscaled quite heavily. Is that correct English? We're getting outscaled by quite a lot. Maybe that's how you say. Orianna scaling, Ornn scaling. It doesn't feel good to give a Drake like this due to getting caught. Kind of need these fights and the speed of the game to be... Like, the pace of the game needs to be sped up. It can't be just farm for late kind of game. Nice combo.
Is going to come on through here, but the answering heroic entrance is good. Bellow's breath is going to eat the CC. However,
good eyes here.
knock-off from Histo, and they will be able
Before
to
using
take down
anything.
Peter. Not much of an
Could be good, no?
opportunity for him as Peter
Could be
finally
good.
gets in, but Cataclysm finds him immediately. Perfect, having
Rumble
to
is
get
not
the
there
heck
yet.
out of there.
We tried to preemptively... Oh, I see what he did. I see what he did. He tried to preemptively flash for Orianna's positioning. I see what he did. Didn't really work, but I see it.
Somehow still alive, but maybe not for long, as Histo is going to be able to get him. There it is. Q connects Doctom. Last one standing here.
Nice fight by Wales.
What
What the Galio tried to do there was flash below the Orianna to block the Orianna flash out. She didn't end up flashing, so it was a bit awkward, but I see what he did there. These Ornn plays are pretty impressive as well. I feel like that's the new gen Ornn ult. You always have to flash for the second part to surprise the enemy, because if you just do the normal R into wait into R2, everyone's gonna dodge, so you kind of need to flash for the second part to get it. And Galio tried to predict Orianna movement, that failed. Did force Orianna, however, to flash the other way, so he died in the end. Success play? Question mark from Galio. It worked out, you know. I see what he did. I see what he did. Nice try. It did force Orianna to flash the other way, and it did kill her in the end. So I guess success play. Just looks a bit awkward when he flashes preemptively like that and she doesn't actually flash. Now, Caitlyn no flash and Ori no flash. That's the big part here. We are playing a composition where we're getting outscaled. Jarvan, Galio, Ezreal versus Orianna, Ornn, Caitlyn, we're getting outscaled. But if enemy has no flash, it's relatively easy to play. Well, we have Jarvan ult, Galio ult, Rumble ult, Bard ult, so it's relatively easy to play right now. I think this is a pretty crucial game, part of the game for Wales here. No flashes on carries. We are getting outscaled. We have 2 Drakes to 1. We kind of need Atakan here. We kind of need a winning fight here. We kind of need an next Drake here. Because if the game goes into a farm for late scenario, I think we're just losing. So I think they are just losing. So need to speed up the pace of the game as much as possible. I think it's low-key force Atakan here, by the way. We gotta speed it up here.
That they were looking for, still managed to take down the turret.
It felt like Team Secret Wales were trying to bait KT into a teleport play, because obviously with the Galio you still had that ultimate to move yourself across the map, and hoping that maybe that would be enough then that they could threaten the Atakan. But KT don't take the base, they keep that Ornn to the bottom.
I think they should though. I think they should just force Atakan here.
They just end up trying to put pressure towards the top side of the map.
Gotta force.
To force that teleport play, but instead they're just going to back away.
Yep. Going to be a teleport in from Taki there with this.
Right now, off this base, gotta
2
force.
items are now done here for Eddie. So this Ezreal are going to be feeling pretty good, but we are getting so close to 3 for Doctom. When that rapid fire cannon comes in, he's going to be so frightening. Even the Peacemaker's doing some work here, as Histo will be able to attest to.
Gotta force.
Running real fast, just trying to hit
Go
anyone
on
with his
Kate.
club. Looking a little bit antsy here. As we can see,
nice pillar.
The Flag and Dragon realizes that he just has
Wow,
to use the
that pillar. What?
and try to get something done, but it's Dr.
Cancel his EQ.
Gets another headshot, and no jungler means this Otacon could just belong to KT.
Because also doesn't use the subjugate, so if you try
We fight this 4v5. They only used... They use nothing actually. We can't fight this. We can't fight this. They have everything. We can't fight, no? They have everything. We're losing the game here. Wales are losing the game here. They can't fight this, or? It's 4v5, everything up for enemy. W cancel on the Bard ult by Ornn.
Just collected here by KT. Peter very happy because that means so many pedals.
Got it, got out. Rumble on TP.
And in fact,
very winning situation for KT right now.
Pretty ludicrous. However, not going to
also nice cancel on the Jarvan EQ, and also a nice cancel on the Bard ult with Ornn W.
Especially when you've got 20 seconds until that next dragon. They want to
I think if KT get this Drake, they got this game. Wales need the pace of the game to be faster than this, so if they don't get this Drake, enemy can just farm forever. This Drake is everything, I think. Wales have to win this fight, and have to get this Drake if they want to have a chance this game.
It's causing issues now for Team Secret Wales.
Yeah, one of the problematic
they're gonna fight no matter what, I think.
Is that KT's lead, it's not big enough to make you feel comfortable. I think it needs to be at about 17,000. Something like that to really feel comfortable in a KT game. As Tanglebubs comes on through,
Baron
is going to spawn, but
Ornn has an ult here.
KT just moving forward like a freight train right now.
Let's see who gets the smites. Nico got it.
Somehow it's Peter that locks
Nico
down
flash, Rumble no flash. Looks losing for Wales. I think this is GG. This is Baron as well. This is GG. Nice try, nice try.
KT will just take out the entirety of them apart from the gargoyle.
The KT just bulldozed their way through everyone on Team Secret Wales, and Baron has just spawned.
I think they have some good ideas this game, Wales.
Keep Dyer interested as KT move immediately over towards the next objective.
I'm a fan.
Man, it's the wrong time to lose a big team fight, especially with BDD pushing another wave forward.
Wales definitely might be a team that end up in the 2-2 bracket and play a deciding best of 3 against someone. I think their level looks pretty decent.
You add the Rebel Baron power play on top of that, we're probably sitting at about a 10k gold lead. And I'm glad I said that thing about
but this game is over, unfortunately.
Because otherwise this one could be pretty done and dusted.
So we have KT in the 0-2 bracket. You know, I didn't have KT advancing in my pick'ems, but now they have 3 chances. They have 3 chances to make it through. 3 best of 3s to make it through. So whoever didn't put KT may be incorrect pick'ems, and that's including me, unfortunately.
And then it's just KT bulldozing their way through behind this mega strong front line of the Ornn and the Trundle with those extra stats.
Yep, and that's what front to back looks like, ladies and gentlemen.
They were the only Eastern team I didn't put. I put T1, BLG, Genji, HLE, AL, and TES. I had 6 out of 7 Eastern teams minus KT.
But that was him feeling himself.
And they're 2-0 with 3 chances to make it through. 07 pick'ems. 07. Bye-bye. GG. There's nothing to do at this point. It doesn't matter how they play it.
5 have been ripped to shreds here by KT, and they are not stopping anytime soon. This is exactly what Dr. wants to do on this. Caitlyn keeps sieging, and they'll take down their first inhibitor of the game here at 27 minutes.
It's still 30 seconds until Eddie's up. This is going to be the entire base, it feels like, decimated. How much further do KT want to push?
I think maybe to the Nexus.
We have Koi G2 now, right?
And I don't think
Coming
they need
up.
to go any further than that. As
Pretty sure.
There's the equalizer to layer on top, and the cosmic binding is
nice combo. Jarvan ult into Rumble ult. Not sure it matters though. Can't use ult. Bard key cancel. Nice Bard ult on Kate. Doesn't really matter.
We've got another Nexus turret being taken here as Hero lying on the floor. My God, Dr. is just destroying them now on this. Caitlyn Perfect is flashing in, and the Nexus is going to be next on the menu unless...
No man on Ori, by the way. No man on Ori. Hit the Nexus, hit the Nexus. Hit the Nexus, hit the Nexus. 2-0 KT, wow.
Will claim their next opponent.